Good morning, friends, and welcome back. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since we've all been together, but now we're back and we are ready to learn about something brand new in science. Let's review what we learned last month in science. Last month, we learned all about an animal from this category. People, dogs, monkeys, rabbits. Cats fit into this category, lions, giraffes. Do you remember what we learned about? Yes, we learned all about mammals and what makes a mammal a mammal. And the biggest way to identify a mammal is through what is covering their bodies. What is common? What covers the body of a rabbit? What makes it soft? Or a guinea pig? Or a dog? Or a cat? What covers their body? Yes, fur. And then people, like you and me, we have hair. So if you want to know whether a mammal is a mammal, the very first observation you need to make is whether it has hair or not. All right, so we talked about the covering of the mammal being hair or fur. Well, this month we're going to learn about something new, a new kind of animal or a new group of animals. These animals all have something different covering their bodies. Let's see if you can figure out what it is. That's an owl. All the animals I'm going to show you right now fit into the same category of animal. Yes, that is an eagle, a bald eagle. This is the smallest of these animals. That's a hummingbird. Hmm. This animal lives in the south. This is a penguin. This is an animal that is a pet. It lives inside. It's called a parakeet. Ooh. We talked about these before we left for break. One of our families is hatching one of these. Yes, it's a duck. And this is a pileated woodpecker. Yes, a hen or a chicken or a rooster. A blue jay. And a cardinal. What are all of these animals? They all belong to the same group. They don't have fur on their bodies. They have feathers. Yes, they are covered with feathers. What group of animals is covered with feathers? Yes, these are all birds. Let's find out some facts about birds. About birds. You know what kind of bird that is on the front cover? That's a robin. Yes, the robin redbreast. He has red feathers on his belly and black feathers on his head or her head. And what do you notice about this picture? Yes, there's a nest there. And what's inside the nest? Eggs. Robin's eggs are beautiful. They're this beautiful blue color. And there's a baby robin hatching out of the egg. They hatch out of eggs. Did mammals hatch out of eggs? No, mammals were born alive, but birds hatch out of eggs. Let's find out some more information. Birds have feathers. We talked about that, didn't we? Birds have feathers. Does anyone know what kind of bird this is? Yes, that's a cardinal. Look at that cardinal. I bet if you make some observations outside at your house, you might see a cardinal. And this happens to be a male cardinal, the boys. Boys are bright colors, and then the girls have a lighter color feather. But the boy birds are beautiful. Baby birds hatch from eggs. And there's that robin again with her babies in the nest. Birds hatch from eggs. Some birds build nests on the ground. So this is called an oven bird. And it looks like that oven bird lives maybe where it's warm, where it's hot. And it has a nest in the ground. Some build nests in very high places, like this bird. Yes, that's the bald eagle. Here's the bald eagle's nest, way up in the tree. Do you see the branch or the twig in his feet? What do you think he's going to do with that branch? Yes, he's probably going to add it to his nest or her nest. And some birds do not build a nest at all, like this penguin. Penguin. What's really cool about penguins is they don't build a nest. They carry their eggs, typically, some penguins carry their eggs on their feet. Yeah, like the emperor penguin, he puts his egg on his feet and then he takes his blubber and puts it over top to keep the egg warm. Birds travel in different ways. These geese are, what are they doing? Flying, yeah. And if you make some observations, sometimes you might see birds flying like this in the V formation. Do you see that? If you see birds flying in a V formation like that, those are geese. And these geese are Canadian geese. And the reason they fly like that is sometimes they have to migrate or fly for a long time. And that lead bird, the bird out front, he does the most work. And then all these birds don't have to work as hard as they're flying. So then they switch spots. So the guy at the end comes up to the front to make it easier on the other birds. So they have a little bit more of a break. It's kind of cool. They work together as a team. So birds travel in different ways. Most birds fly. We talked about that bird just a little bit. There he is, the smallest bird. It's called a hummingbird. And you won't see those hummingbirds right now in the winter time, but in the summer they'll be back, and in the spring. So most birds fly, but some birds swim. Ducks swim. Penguins swim. These are two examples of birds that swim. and other birds run. This is a roadrunner. We don't have roadrunners here in Ohio. He looks like he's in the desert where it's hot. There aren't many plants, are there? Those are cactuses. Roadrunner. Birds may flock together. You see how those red-winged blackbirds are all together in a group? That's called a flock of birds. And they like to travel together. Some birds live alone, like the owl. And do you know what's neat about the owl? The owl sleeps during the day, and he's awake at night. Why would he be awake at night? Yes, to hunt. He hunts at night. Do you see those sharp claws? Yeah. That owl, he hunts mammals, small mammals like mice. That's what he likes to eat. All right. That is a great horned owl. Birds use their bills. Their bills or another name is beak. Do you see the beak or the bill? Do you see how they're different shapes? Some are long, some are short. Do you see that bill? Short. There's the bill on the chicken. The rooster. It's short. Look at the bill on the hummingbird. Ooh, that's long and skinny. Gets in those flowers. Yeah. Birds use their bills to gather food. They sing to let other birds know how they feel. They call to each other by singing. Birds come in all sizes. Some are big, some are medium, and some are small. Birds are important to us, and it's good to take care of them. Do you see all those birds near that house? Why do you think the birds are near that house? Yes, probably because there's a little bird feeder. The people in that house are giving food to the birds, and that helps them to survive. And birds are important because they help take care of different things in the environment, right? And they eat things like insects that might not be good for us. And they pollinate flowers. So they go from flower to flower like insects do, and they pollinate them. And they take seeds and they move them from one location to another location so that different trees and flowers grow, and they keep growing in different areas. And so taking observations of birds and knowing what they do and where they live and how they behave is really exciting. All right, so I have a challenge for you today. This is what I would like you to do. I would like you to set a timer, maybe on your stove, or maybe you have a little timer on your phone or on your iPad. I want you to set a timer for about 5 or 7 minutes. And I would like you to go outside and make some observations. I want you to just sit quietly in one place. And I want you to just watch with your eyes and listen with your ears. And I want you to see if you can locate any birds. Sometimes we locate birds with our sense of hearing. We can hear them chirping. Or we locate birds with our sense of sight. We can see them. We might see them flying through the air, sitting on the branch of a tree, walking on the ground near us. They might be hunting for food. You might even have a bird feeder at your house that you could sit and watch. That's one of my very favorite things to do at home, is watch the birds. So I want you, again, my challenge for you today is to watch for birds. Make some observations. What do you see? And I'm going to give you one more challenge. As you are making these observations, I would like you to count how many birds you see in that amount of time. Remember, you're going to set a timer and you're going to watch and make some observations about how many birds you see. So, in order to make an observation and record what you've seen, we're going to take a regular piece of paper, okay? You have paper probably in a folder that was sent to you before break. Just a white piece of paper, just a regular piece of paper. And I want you to take the corners and fold it and make those corners touch. And then fold it one more time. And now you have kind of like a little book, right? So all I want you to do today is make some observations of birds. When you see a bird, make a tally mark. When you see a different bird, not the same bird, a different bird, make a tally mark. You might see two of the same birds, like maybe you see two cardinals. Make two tally marks. However, if you see any new bird you see flying or coming to your bird feeder or walking or sitting in a tree, make a tally mark. Now, after you see 4 birds and you see your 5th bird, remember when you make tallies, you pull a line across. Okay? So just make observations today. Just watch the birds for about 5 to 7 minutes and make your tallies for the number of birds that you see. Maybe you won't see any, and that's okay. But I want you to really concentrate and really use your observation skills to look and search for those birds today outside. All right? And tomorrow we will be back for some more information about our feathered friends, the birds. Enjoy your day and don't forget to make your observations today. All right, see you tomorrow.